What's going on, guys, and welcome back. Welcome to your one-stop shop for High Voltage, the new limited-time game mode for Marvel Snap. And today I wanted to put together a quick video kind of teaching you guys not only the rules and what you need to know about the game mode, but also the best cards and the best ways to get the currencies, to cheese it, get your agony, and get all the rewards without playing all that much, if that's your main goal. Now, of course, you're going to be getting Voltage by winning games and by completing missions, but what are the rules of High Voltage? First up, guys, we only have 3 turns each and every game. The matches are going to be a lot quicker because of this, and you're going to notice just how fast-paced the new game mode is. Now, for the energy, you're going to get a randomized amount of energy between 2 and 5 gained on each turn, and don't worry, you and your opponent will have the same energy to work with. There'll be games where you have low amounts of energy and you're not going to play all that much, like 6, but then you're going to have other games with up to 15 energy, and that's going to keep decks honest overall, and no set amount of energy every game because that's going to make decks a lot more interesting to create. Now, 69% of your games, with some loose statistics, are going to range from 17 to 25 total energy. So when you're building your decks, keep that in mind. You can't go too crazy, but you can also go a lot more combo-centric than you used to. Every game, you're going to start with 2 cards, and you're going to draw 2 cards each round. And so I would say, really, that's all you need to know, but it does change the entire game and the way that it's played, so it'll take some time, and there are some banned cards and locations, right? And obviously, they did this on purpose. Drawing cards is so important, so Black Widow is getting banned, unfortunately. Galactus 2 did not make the cut. I guess they didn't want people going nuts with turn 1 Galactus, and then it was like a priority game. And then other than that, Magic, because she extends the games. Other than that, that's the only bannable cards. We have a whole list of locations I'll throw on screen right here over me. Again, not going to read all these out, but these are all the locations that would more or less mess with the experience of High Voltage. All right, guys, so we've got a lot of different cards to go through today, and essentially, I wanted to come up with a list of as many cards as I thought could help cheese the game mode to get as much currency as possible. Some cards are going to be a lot better than others, and I try to divide them by, like, the MVPs and why to suit the game style and cooks that you guys are going to come up with. And then I also got cards that I would probably avoid in the game mode. I mean, obviously, things like Daredevil, turn 5, there's not even a freaking turn 5, are obvious, but there are some that just don't love the whole high energy, low turn thing. So first up, guys, we have the energy MVPs. All right, now we have some cards that are going to really benefit off of the whole, like, high energy gimmick, right? Sunspot is an obvious one. You're not going to be able to use all of your energy every turn, and Sunspot's a great way to soak up all of this, whereas, like, something like Kitty Pryde, not so much, right? You're not going to benefit off of 3 turns for her. Havoc, really good card. A lot of you guys probably don't have him, but Havoc, you know, is going to just take a couple of energy off the top. Not a huge deal, and he can just get easy power to a location. Obviously, cards like She-Hulk, you know, you're going to have a free She-Hulk. Scar, you're going to have bigger cards out there. You guys kind of get the picture. And then we've got cards like Sasquatch, right? Only 3 turns, and you don't have a ton of cards, but if you put in some cards we'll talk about later, like draws, then it's going to make Sasquatch just really good, and most of the time pretty free. If you want to go full chaos, like just ridiculous stupid mode, which I plan on doing, Agatha, man, hey, get Agatha out there by like turn 2. I think that's pretty cool, and definitely going to be chaotic. A lot of power for your opponent to compete up against. Outside of that, man, just some crazy cheese strats. We've got Professor X. You can get out there like right away, and if you put in some moving cards in there, I think that's going to be pretty beneficial. Again, a lot of these are going to make more sense as we continue to move along the MVPs. Hulkling. I know he sucks in the main game, but I think Hulkling could be one of the best cards in High Voltage because of the boomer burst potential this card has. Really strong presence within High Voltage, and if you get like a leader, the guy's going to win you the game. I think I've already checked you can't get Galactus with him, so bummer there. They did ban that. Next up, we've got the cards that can draw. Now, obviously, you're only getting 2 cards per round, and there's only 3 of those, and so any card that can give you more cards to play with all this extra energy is going to be really good, right? Obviously, clearly, Agent Coulson's going to be an MVP in here. I mean, just giving you a 4 and a 5, and you get to play Coulson more, so what's not to love? But things that you maybe don't play, right? Mirage could be really good to copy a card. People are going to be putting wild decks together, and so Loki clearly is going to have really good synergy here in the game mode. Cable, just the ones that you guys are used to from playing Loki back in the day. White Queen is actually going to be okay here. I think she's going to get a little bump up in playability just because of the way she plays out. and you can play her, essentially turn 1, and so able to get the highest card from your opponent's hand, always a good thing. Adam Warlock, we'll see. We'll see. I think this guy could definitely be worth it, especially if you guess right in a lane and they don't, beat you that power. Getting extra draw is going to give you a massive advantage within the game mode. Nick Fury could be a little greedy, but I think overall having more options is a good thing. And so I could see games where Nick Fury will come into play just to give you more things to mess with. Next up, we got to talk about the clear and obvious combos. I think this is what High Voltage was meant for. And listen, it's only a matter of time before someone comes up with a combo that is like unbeatable within the game mode. And it's going to go from super enjoyable to God help us all. Now, these are some base combo cards, right, that you guys know by now, but having all that extra energy and being able to play a bunch out before they can like Cosmo you is going to be massive, right? Imagine using a Gambit machine gun and erasing the board all on the last turn, or having Ironheart or Hazmat. Some of these I think are going to be the way to go within the game mode. Grandmaster, Odin, both of these are just good for enabling more, and because of the way that High Voltage is going to work, I think something like Grandmaster is a bit on the cheap side, but imagine reactivating, a Dr. Doom twice pretty early on. Obviously really powerful. Odin is Odin, and then of course Lockjaw. I think Lockjaw has some huge potential here, right? Because you only can get 2 cards, but imagine if you build your deck all around the good dog and you have like Dr. Dooms and Visions and move cards coming out. You have all that extra energy so you can play him down early. This might be a route that I take very early within the game mode because I think Lockjaw has the potential of the old days, if you will. And then lastly, guys, we just have High Voltage powerful effects. These are cards that within the game mode with only 3 turns, I think they're going to get a bump up in overall viability. Like Sandman is going to be imperative against these combo decks that might excel early before people know to tech them into the deck. Leader, clearly matching anything your opponent does is going to be massive for a lot of games, and I expect to see him all over the place. Dr. Doom for just the 5s all over and a nice baseline. Red Hulk because your opponent can't use all their energy. And then I've got some sleeper picks, right? Copycat, I think the way that people are building their decks for this game mode, Copycat, Cable, these are just going to be great cards for the game mode. But also, Super Scroll. I think Super Scroll's got huge potential here because of the way all these ongoing cards are going to work. People are going to get greedy, and Super Scroll kind of puts everything under one umbrella. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out in normal games. 4 energy is a lot to commit, but in this game mode, not so much, so I love him. And then lastly, I've got Cersei, who might be one of my favorites, right? You got a bunch of cheap cards or whatever with powerful abilities like a White Widow, and then you just Cersei that lane, right? You really get the opportunity to get the ability out there, and then it's already a chaotic game mode. You might as well roll the dice, get more chaos, and play Cersei on top of it. Now, other than that, guys, here's another list of just cards that I think are going to be good because of their value, right? Like Hydra Bob, you can't snap, so the 1/5 is great. Ebony Maw, there's only 3 turns, so obviously that works out pretty good. Infinite, you're going to get a good chance most of the time to play him on 2 and 20 power is 20 power. Cards like Maximus, Swordmaster, obviously Moon Girl copying and doubling up is very imperative, and she could probably be in the MVPs if we're being serious. You have Negasonic for some protection, Blink, Jubilee, these are going to be great cards as well. And then I think US Agent is just a nice tech card, kind of like Super Scroll, can do a lot of defense for one lane. So I know that's a lot, but I wanted to give you guys the tool as this kind of game mode progresses, to cook up your own decks. I'm definitely going to be having videos and showcasing the stuff that I have the most fun with. And again, eventually, because we have statistics, which I think suck sometimes because I'd rather people just come up with it, we're going to find the deck, right, to play in High Voltage, and I'll let you guys know whatever that might be. But those are the cards you want to play. I got to stop you guys from playing some cards, though. There's some on this list that I don't think are going to be worth teching into your decks, even if you love the archetype or love playing the card, because of only 3 turns, right? Like destroy decks, getting death down isn't going to work all the time, right? So here's the list right here, guys. These are all the cards that I just don't think are going to be well worth it within High Voltage. Again, this could change. Like Thor, Beta Ray, there's just not enough turns between the games. Essentially, anything that is giving your opponent cards or taking time, or you just really want to snowball into your combo, it just doesn't work. Like Dagger and Move decks. Master Mold is obviously terrible. I think you guys get the picture. Don't be playing Daredevil Electro decks. And guys, that's just the start of it. I wanted to put together just a quick one-stop shop so that you guys could cook up your own stuff and get right in there and get the rewards, which, speaking of, Agony looks like a pretty solid card to get for free, alongside some Iron Man variants, some other good borders, and other just currency within the game. Hopefully, this is just a really fun game mode, and I think the most joy of it will come from the early beginning you know, because people don't have the game mode figured out. All right, new haircut aside, the only complaints I have about this new game mode right now, these are going to be a little tough to get, but my God, it's a limited game mode. Like this thing is a lot of fun. And again, I think it's going to be more fun before people figure out the meta. But I kind of went with different approaches. I'm going to have a much bigger video tomorrow, giving you guys all like the decks that I think are going to perform the absolute best. But as far as immediate decks to get really easy wins, it's just pure greed, man. Lockjaw and combos. You're going to see, like, it doesn't matter if they got, you know, some discard destroy shenanigans going on. We're going to like 300 power with with Black Panther. Let me talk about the decks. So if you want to just know the deck that I was using to win way too many games, I just went with full-on greedy. You guys are going to see some of my first matches. In the first couple of games, I had a Lockjaw deck, and it was nice, and it did okay. But this deck is just pure greed. You can't retreat. You can't snap. There's no consequence. And you're able to chain off just a bunch of different combos. You're trying to do a couple of things here, right? Obviously, White Tiger, Doom, you can Grandmaster those early. Fastos early is nice as well. But really just playing Wong down and then and then playing either Black Panther into that or Sage, and then you can Taskmaster that, Arnim Zola that. You can play Odin and Arnim Zola. Oftentimes on the last round, I was getting 11 power, so you guys are going to see just how this is going to work. But this is the deck I'll put in the description, the one that I would use. And if it's not this deck, guys, go with just greedy, crazy combos. I think this is going to be probably the best day one strategy. Again, more coming after this. This is just like my day one easy wins that I would do, and it's been serving me really well. All right, our first game was a bot, so we're not going to show it. So this is technically our first real game of high voltage, and let's dance, right? We'll go Lockjaw first. That's the main point of the deck. And we're going to see, there's so many different strategies. Like, the best part about this is that truly, as I noticed my overlay is way off, truly, this is going to be such a different way to play Snap, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. We have an Airship player with 2 Quinjets. Yep. How the hell did that happen my first game in? This guy generated a Quinjet? He's going to play 1,000,000 cards. What? How is this possible? Okay, let's go ahead and throw down Dr. Doom now and Sunspot. See what we get. It's going to be pretty hard to beat a freaking Airship with double discounts and extra energy. That's for this guy can play whatever he wants to. Super Scroll, do we have? Okay, we don't have anything to worry about there. Annihilus, no big deal. Okay. He just played a 5 and a 4, by the way. No big deal. What do we get coming out of there? Havoc? I think that's fine. Vision? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is what's sweet. Okay, final turn. Final turn here. The hub. This is nice. Lady Deathstrike's not bad. We have 8 energy to spend. We're going to move the Vision here. We could do some stuff with Blink, but let's go ahead and play White Tiger there and Sunspot here. Can we win our first game against an Airship player? Nope. Wrong choice, sir. 7. Okay, he's swapping that out. I'm nervous. That's fine. We just need one of those Tigers to go right and we win. Bam. First game. First game in, we win. What do we get popping out? A She-Hulk. That's going to do it, guys. And hold on. I'm a little confused here. All good, though. All right. Well, we got our first W against an opponent. Double Airship deck. So far, the all-in Lockjaw build is going according to plan. I like just Jubilee first turn in. Let's see what we can pull down here. Anything but a Sunspot or Havoc. We have a lot of good cards left in the deck. Okay, we'll take a Havoc. It's not the worst thing in the world. We know that lane's going to build up pretty good. It's only taking 1 energy. We've got Nowhere and Sunspot and Blink. Ooh, and Dr. Doom. There's so many. There's only a couple turns left to go. Yeah, so to me, this has got to be pretty good. This play right here. Do I want this or do I want the flexibility of like Dr. Doom or whatever? We're gonna go with this. I feel like we could get an Infinite, Lockjaw, White Widow, or White Tiger, all pretty good. There we go. Okay. Yo, this is so fun. What is this game mode? Havoc going crazy. Kamartage, but with the Cosmo on it. What on earth? All right. We can throw down the Lockjaw now. I could just go with Dr. Doom if we wanted to do that. I mean, there's a lot of good cards to go for, but I think just the Doom covers our bases really well. It doesn't even matter if we play this card. I mean, I guess we can. We'll play it. It doesn't matter if we play it. We'll just play it wherever. All right, let's see if we can get the dubs. All right, so I took what we were doing with that deck, and this was supposed to be more of a day one video, with tomorrow being a much bigger video. But we're going to go way more greedy. I think, honestly, that's what we do. We go as greedy as possible, and so I built this On Reveal deck just to go complete stupid, honestly. Only 3 energy this turn, which is a very low amount. But we do have Fastos just in case, that, you know, we get the low roll. So let's get Fastos out now. Everything in the deck either gets buffed power and or cheaper. We're going against a Destroy Gamer. Oh my god, we got Kamartaj. I would snap. Can I snap this little life preserver? Okay, no way. Can we get Arnim Zola, please, for the love of God? Okay, we should be fine. We should be fine here. Let's see what happens. Hopefully he doesn't have like Shang-Chi. Okay, that was a bad turn 2 for him. Even if we can't do anything else, we can just fill the entire locations with Dr. Doom. We have an 80 power Black Panther. Can we get an Arnim Zola? Oh my god, we can. We got another Wong somehow. Oh, what the hell? Okay, this is the play, right? And then we just... This is unbeatable. This is literally unbeatable, right? Like, he can't beat it. He just can't. Let's see what happens, though. Wong goes down first. So if the other Wong goes to the other lane first, I'm gonna... Unfortunately, it's not on Kamartaj. But, yo, this is so sick. Okay, so just a casual 320 over there. Yeah, okay. I think we should win with 640 on the right side. I'm so glad 1280. I'm so glad that this is what I decided to go with, because I thought a little bit more risky on the deck side was going to do better. Just the way that this works out. Now, he did get his Null Giant from me destroying mine, but because of the Wongs... Look at this. This is insane. Like, see, like, this deck he played is fine, but you just got to go crazy greedy. All right, so we have Project Pegasus, Taskmaster Arnim Zola, Wong, and Dr. Doom. 9 energy to start out. It's pretty damn good. I love the Wong now, but then we can't do anything with all this extra energy. Or we Dr. Doom. I think, actually, we just Wong, right? We're going to build into this. This is fine. Oh boy. On Reveal meets Onslaught. I almost put a Gambit in the deck, but I didn't decide to go that route. We could go Arnim Zola. Do we go with the Dooms instead? Low key too. I'm thinking we could go Sage. Let's do this. We're gonna go Dr. Doom to get different values, and then Sage Taskmaster in the game. Never mind. Taskmaster's gonna be 2 power. Sunspot. Man, I really like my chances to beat this guy before that happened. But we should just get an Odin here, right? And just pop off. Or even just the White Tiger. All right, Sage goes up a bit. We have 10 energy this round. There's the Odin. That's all we need. We could do Sage and Odin. So that would cover up a lot of lanes. And probably win on the high lane here. Yeah, dude, I think it's just Sage Odin. I think this is going to be the play. Show me a huge... Dude, this Sage is going to be massive because it's individual. Yeah, we're going to double up again. Beautiful. Doom goes over there. He'd have to beat 20 power, and we're already beating that Orca. I think we're fine. I think we're okay. We would have filled out even more Dooms. Sage goes to 56.
I am Iron Man.
Yo, dude, we're fantastic. Yeah, whatever. A goose? What is that? We're not worried about that. All right, but I love seeing how people are kind of crafting their decks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Be on the lookout for me attempting to go through the whole thing with probably the most chaotic thing that I could come up with. Remember, guys, we're trying to get to 150,000 subs by the end of the year. That was the goal I set. So if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe down below. Anyway, guys, good luck in High Voltage. Let me know the craziest moments down below that you've had. And till the next one, happy snapping.